I used to be better at this.
He used to get hurt by all the girls. They try his world.
Here, you like my shirt? Yeah. I made dryer balls. I made 4 of them. These are all the extra floofs I've been pulling off of the yarn that I was prepping to spin, or as I was spinning it, and it's all been going into a paper bag. All right, this is just the beginning. I thought that I would very quickly get my usual making stuff out of the way. Hi friends, welcome back to Librophiliac Knits. I'm your host Kat, and today is July the 3rd. I'm going to tell you the real day so that we can stay on top of things. My mission, which you are now along for the ride, is to spin during Tour de Fleece. That is my mission. I am not wearing anything knitted. It is hot out. This is the one room in my house that does not get air conditioning. So it's hot in also. I have been prepping fleeces, washed and carded, and ready. That's all that's in there right now. And then here's the washed and uncarded. Right, it's falling. It still smells like soap, like Mrs. Meyer's acorn spice, which basically just smells like cloves. It's like my favorite. I love it so much. And this bowl is way too heavy for this. Okay, so I just showed you one of my finished objects, which was dryer balls. I bought dryer balls many years ago. It was a pack of 6 of them. It was probably like $30 or $35, which felt exorbitant at the time. Even more so now that I know how easy they are to make. And we've been using them ever since. And one of the things about dryer balls is that they get lost in your laundry. They work their way into sleeves. They catch in things and get folded up, and somehow a number of mine had disappeared. They might actually all still be in the house, but it's like there are always a couple in somebody's laundry basket somewhere else. Because when I find them, I don't take them directly back downstairs most of the time. I just throw them into the bottom of my dirty laundry basket so that once everything goes into the washer, then here I have dryer balls ready for the dryer. All that to say, I made 4 more. The wool was free, I think, for the most part. And so were the tights that I shoved my balls into. I went and asked my mom if she had any. She still wears tights more often than I do. Almost all of my tights are shredded fishnets from roller derby, or still in too good of condition for me to be willing to give them up. But my mom has always been one of those people that puts like used nylons on the ends of the pipe that comes out of the washing machine to catch the extra lint so it doesn't go down the drain. So I know she has throwaway tights at all times. And she did this time too. So I made 4 more dryer balls. I started out there. I wish I had done, I thought I did a before picture. If I did, I will find it and I'll put it in here. But they were like this big. And now you saw they are smaller than my commercially prepared ones, but still quite functional. And the thing that I was worried about was that, everybody that I've watched on the internet used roving, like purchased roving, and then made this long thing that was just like a continuous ball that they were it was like winding a ball of yarn. Well, that's not what I had. I had little tiny bits of floofs, the stuff that like I was keeping it thinking maybe I could turn it into neps for tweed. And then the more that I looked at it, the more that I was like, I don't think that's going to work. And then I had so much of it, it didn't feel like I wanted to throw it out. It didn't make sense to go with any of my other like spinning projects. I didn't need it for filling for stuffed animals, despite having made another chicken. So I thought I would finally try drywall. So that's what I did. That was a long story long. My other finished object, right? It's just the one. Well, I mean, it's five in one, but I will include the video of me taking my weaving off my loom. Ta-da! Finished my weaving. Then this is like look at that. Ta-da! We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 placemats. It's a good start. All right. I made placemats. Mrs. Yarn is naked. But we have more plans in play. I think I might not do the second round of placemats. I'm still marveling at myself. Here, hang on. So we've got, this one is just plain weave with stripes. This one also just plain weave. It's very basic stripes. This one, plain weave, stripes. I can't tell you which order they came off the loom. I think this one was actually like the second or third one that I made. I was messing about with twills and stripes. Because otherwise, what's the point of getting a loom that has more than 2 what do you call it? Oh, great. I've lost my vocabulary. It's been a while since I thought about it. I forgot already. And this was the last one where I was, again, messing about with twills. And I just wanted to use up the last of the yellow that I had on my bobbin. And oh, look, they've been getting used. I haven't done anything to like wet block them yet or finish them officially. I just cut them apart. I had already bound them while they were still on the loom, so I haven't done anything else with that, although that looks a little terrifying. I might need to do something. But so far so good. So we'll probably use them until they start to get dirty, and then I'll actually wash them. But when I dressed the loom originally, the math I did was to warp enough yarn for 10 placemats. As you can see, I made 5. Well, halfway through my process of warping my loom, I discovered that I somehow had double the amount of thread that I needed instead of it being double the length, which is what should have happened. And I have no idea how I did that. And I think the answer is that my DIY attempt at using the dining room chairs and table and like big soup cans to wind my warp failed me somehow, and I have no idea how. So somewhere in my future, I might need to figure out how to make a warping board or gift myself one. And yeah, so those are my 2 finished objects. And the chicken, but I didn't bring her in here. Chase also got a chicken. Her name is Augusta. So now the 3 chickens in the house are Henrietta, Camilla, and Augusta. And she is made out of yarn that was gifted to me by Wax. Hi, Wax! We miss you! A couple of years ago that I ended up using to make my burlesque bikini. Ooh, that's a lot of bees. I wanted to burlesque bikini. Sorry for the jangling ice cubes. This is my pre-work caffeine. I have to leave soon. But I wanted to get this in before things really get going. Today is my day 1 of 3 of working for the holiday. And on the 5th, the Tour de Fleece starts. The Tour de France and the Tour de Fleece. And I am ready for it. I am excited to do some spinning because my making mojo has completely fallen off. I was, here are my 2 works in progress that I've actually been doing anything with. I mean, the last 2 episodes I talked to you about how I was totally in this like indecisive limbo of wanting to make more summer knits and just being totally incapable for whatever reason. I cast this on before my sister came to town, before we went on vacation. And while we were on vacation, I got sick. This is the 6-day star crochet blanket, which I am making for my Derby child, Major Threat, who is going to give me a Derby grandbaby, I suppose you could say. So I'm on to the thick and fuzzy last round of things, although I might keep using the white too. It's kind of fun. Black and white is good for baby vision. They do well with that. And it's all fuzzy and fun. I was killing it with it. I was just hauling ass. Like I was so fast. It's called the 6-day blanket. And I was working on it for like 4.5 days. And then I didn't want to take it with me to go on vacation. And then I got sick and it just brought everything to a screeching halt. It was really technically just a cold. It was a nasty cold, but wasn't COVID, but it just really knocked me down. And then, spoiler, or no, I was going to say spoiler alert, but that's not the word I wanted. Like trigger warning. I've been hacking up phlegm for weeks afterwards and it's miserable. And then I've just been working an absolute ton because I am a nurse in a union and it is a contract negotiation year and we are threatening to strike again. We struck during our last contract negotiation 2 years ago and I would really love it for us if we would not. But just in case, I am picking up every extra shift. And now that it's summer, there are lots of extra shifts because sane people don't want to work in the summertime in Minnesota. It's such a fleeting moment in time around here that there's usually lots of extra work to be done. So I accidentally, my boss had to call me out of my patient's room to point and laugh at me because I accidentally picked up 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. on, what is it today? Is it Wednesday? So on Thursday night. And then I picked up 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Friday morning. 24 hours of straight work. That's illegal. I cannot do that. And so she was supposed to fix it for me, but now I just got another text from a different one of the managerial ladies who was like, did you know you did this? And I was like, yeah, I was told that it was being fixed because I can't fix it. So anyway, what am I playing with? Well, I told my friend Sophia that I would make her socks. Hi. And then I got on the procrastination bus because I was having trouble deciding on what yarn to use. She wanted thick socks. And at first I was like, well, I'll use some of my hand spun. That would be so special and cool. But then I was like, not sure. I think the stuff that I picked was chain plied and I wasn't sure that it would be, well, first of all, thick enough. And second of all, long-term sturdy. Doesn't have any nylon in it, whatever. And I want them to last her a long, long time. Then I found that I already had this in my stash in mass quantities. So I hope you don't hate these colors. And we had discussed not using a heel flap, but yeah, that's what I'm trying. I haven't made one with the heel flap in forever. I was going to try to do the Fleagle heel, and then I just didn't. I'm sorry. It just wasn't feeling it. So we are this far. I have to scroll all the way back in our conversation and find all the measurements required. Because I know we have those pictures. But we're probably getting close to one sock done after maximum procrastination. I even looked around in stores for different yarn that would work better, and then finally I gave up and I'm using this, which I already owned. So thank you for helping me stash bust. I might still make you some stuff out of that other handspun because I want to. Not only did I write out in my journal every day that the Tour de Fleece will be going, I tracked which days there will be rest days. There's 2 of them this year. And which days are flat, which days are hilly, which days are mountain, which days are time trial. And I haven't come up with a fun game for myself yet in terms of I was thinking maybe I would just make those days correspond to what kind of spinning I am doing, because I have my friend here. Both of my physical wooden pedal wheels are currently totally empty. My spindles too are, well, except for, no, see, look, there's almost nothing. Spindles are empty. So we're ready to go. So my mission is to spin, I'm going to say 15 to 30 minutes a day, because realistically, if I'm going to be working as much as I feel like I am, we got a bunch of other stuff going on. I want to be able to spin a whole pound of yarn over the course of this month. I showed you my white floofs that I have been prepping and what's left of the fleece that I have. This is also fun. But the thing I've been obsessing about, I'm going off screen. See, they all ended up in a nice basket. Wah! I bought this years ago. It's time for it to make itself yarn. 4 ounces of South African merino, 19.5 what is it when it's the little U? Is that nano? hgacres@gmail.com. Honey Gold Acres. But look at these colors. You can see it's been touching other stuff, acquiring floof. There's this much more of the bicolor Shetland. This is 2 ounces. So that's not going to be included. Then look, I'm going to do a big old combo spin with blues, because I kind of want to get back on the subscription bandwagon, but look how many of them I still have. This one is Popple, May of 2022, superfine merino. So we're sticking with the same type of sheepy. This one is Seething Sea, November of 2022, Finn. Do I have some more Finn? I think I do somewhere. I don't know what this one is. This is I believe this was a gift from Mars. Hello. So I have all these blues and I want to do a combo spin, and that right there is 12 ounces. So if I just spin these and finish the bicolor, which is 4 ounces, that's a pound. That's not even that hard. Well, no, and then I have another grouping. Where'd it go? I think it's deep in the pile over there. You see it right there. You see where my finger is touching the yellow? Right there. I found miniature versions of the big black and yellow tote bins, and I got myself some in hopes that I could be more organized. It's not working. Look, it's still a disaster. But in that tote bin, there are a number of purples that would be good for a big compost bin. So maybe it'll be 2 pounds. Maybe it'll be even more than that. I really don't know. But anyway, my mission is to spend at least 1 pound, to have a good time, to keep it kind of fun. You know, I'm not trying to stress myself out. I want to use what I have. I have beautiful, like gorgeous, ridiculous wool everywhere. I have bins full of stuff that hasn't even been washed yet. I just pulled this bag. It's been sitting in my room, like moving around. Like sometimes it's in the closet, and sometimes it's out here, and sometimes it's in the, what do you call it? The trunk. And I pulled it out and looked at it. Maybe I'll show it to you. It's so filthy. I don't think it's salvageable. But I've been sitting on it for years, as though by some miracle it will just clean itself if I ignore it long enough. I couldn't even make that into dryer balls because it's got so much crap in it. Like it would just, I don't know, probably shed hay onto everything in the dryer, and then that would be the opposite of clean. At any rate, that's what I've got going on. Those are my big fun plans. I'm going to try and vlog it up. My only real issue is that my favorite thing to do while crafting is use my phone to listen to audiobooks. So how am I supposed to film and also entertain myself so that I can bring you along for my making adventures? I hope that you also are plotting and scheming, making adventures for your beautiful July. I'm also hoping to do some of this in the outdoors. It's hot out, but it's so pretty. My yard is so green, and I would like to share that with you. Anything else? I'm like, no. Books. I just bought another Barbara Walker book. My collection is almost complete, especially with the book I stole from Wax. Now you've moved out of country. How are you ever going to get it back? JK, you can have it back. I got the third one, which is full of charts of ridiculous, beautiful cables, which I'm still kind of intimidated by. So we'll see. But I think that's it for now. Talk to you later.